Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to go over using Excel and Google Sheets, and basically they're almost exactly the same, but since this school district, and I'm in Redlands, is basically given every student a Google account, and we've been using the Google Drive and Google Classroom on a daily, so we're going to go ahead and focus on Google Sheets. I do want to point out that this is a Microsoft product, so a lot of schools and workplaces have this already installed if they're using PCs. Google Sheets, however, is a free product that comes with Google. So if you have a Google account and you're on a Mac or Linux or anything else besides Windows, it doesn't make a difference. So I kind of enjoy Google Sheets, and the more that I've noticed lately, they're almost exactly the same. We're going to go over sorting data. We're going to go over formatting, merging cells, programming, and how you can analyze your results, as well as what kind of other mathematical functions you might be interested in. So let's start by getting there. So let's open up the Google Chrome, and essentially once you've logged in, if you're already logged in, then you're great. If not, you're going to go ahead and log in right now. Then from the Google apps, you can go there. Sometimes if you've been using Google Sheets a lot, it'll already be on there, but I like to just go to the Google Drive. So every time I do something, I always start at Google Drive, and then all my apps will be here anyway. They'll just be in a different way. So I'm going to go ahead and look at Google Sheets. So click on New, Google Sheets, and that will take us to our own spreadsheet. So this one's untitled for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to title it. So that's easy enough. You just click on the title and type in whatever you want. So I'll just do tutorial. And these are basically this is our spreadsheet. So if you're unfamiliar with spreadsheets, I'll give you a quick little rundown. The columns, so each of these is a column, is all going to be lettered. Now you can change the names of these. It's kind of weird, but there's really no reason to. And these are all going to be numbered numerically. They go on forever. So if you start scrolling down, this will keep on going as far as you go. And same with this. If you get to the end, so once you get past Z and you want to keep going, oh, it doesn't do it. I thought it would become AA and so. Well, that's a good one. I'll have to figure that one out later, but I have never ever run out of the number of cells. So a couple of things we're going to do is we're going to say, let's say we have some data points here. So let's say I'm taking, usually I like to title mine. So let's say I go name, test score 1, test score 2, and then test score 3. And then let's just go to favorite color, just for the heck of it. And age. Okay, so first of all, a lot of times you're going to want your columns to have a kind of a bigger, like bolder thing. So the easiest thing to do is whatever you want to format. So you just highlight the cells that you want to. If you want to do them all together, if you want to do one individually, like I want name to be a certain color, then I could change the color by clicking here and make this, blue. And then if I want the rest of this, I want the test scores to be red. It's whatever you highlight at the time you edit. If you just want them all to be the same, you just highlight them all and then decide what you want it to be. So let's make them a little bigger, a little bolder, etc. Okay? Now you might have noticed when I made it larger, some of it doesn't fit. So the easy fix is to click right in between the cells and just drag it. See, there you go. Drag it a little further. Boom. This one doesn't need to be that big. Test score 3. And if you really wanted to be a perfectionist, you could actually tell it how wide to make this. You can actually say, I want this to be exactly so many pixels. But usually I just drag it till it looks about right. Okay. So let's go ahead and make name a little longer, because that name could be anything. So let's just go ahead and fill in some data. So I'm going to pause the video and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I think we're rolling now, hopefully. Basically I added a bunch of names. I just made these up, and a bunch of test scores and all this stuff. So let's pretend that we've got all this stuff in here. And at the bottom, let's say I wanted to figure out the average for the class. So an easy way to do that is to skip a space here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this equal to the average. Now, the average of what? Well, I want the average of these scores right here. So there's two ways I can do it. One is the hard way, which I'm going to start with. So I'm going to say sets equals and then average, and you see when you start typing it'll actually know what you wanted. So when you start doing average, you can actually select the autocomplete. Then it actually tells you how to do it, and you basically want to go from this value to this value. So since I'm going to start with Kenny's and I'm going to go all the way to Grace's, which is in box 17, we're going to use this type of nomenclature. So basically this is the cell numbers, this is the span of the array, and then the next cell number. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to average from here to here. I'm not going to do any further. So I'm just going to take cell B2. That's this cell right there. You see it's kind of highlighted. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but we'll see. And you're going to go all the way down to Grace, which is in column B, row 17. So you're going to write B17. And when you do that, it's kind of nice. The computer actually shows you, hey, look, this is the ones you're talking about. And if that's correct, go ahead and press enter. Boom. There's the average. So I didn't have to add them all together, but I could have. So if I want to do total, that's actually pretty easy too. An easy way to do it is just highlight them and then go up to these functions button. Where's the function buttons? It's this little symbol right here. There's actually sigma. And you click on there, and you could have done average this way too. But I'm going to go ahead and do sum for total. And so you can see that the total is 621. And if I do average 2, let's call this, I can actually say equals the quantity that's in here. So this is B, what is it, 18? And I'm going to divide that by how many were there? Well, from 2 to 17 is 15. And if I did that correctly, oops, maybe not. Let's see. 1, 2, so from 2 to 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Alright, so anyways, you could do it manually by typing it in. So in other words, computers can actually do the same stuff. Like if you ever do Khan Academy and do division, it's just like that. Okay. Now the last thing I'm going to show you before I cut to the next tutorial is that sometimes you want to make this stuff kind of fancied up, so you can click on this and you can border them up. Uh-oh. I don't know what I did. You can let me just delete this. I don't need this part. I'm just going to make this bold so it stands out, and above here I'm just going to put a line. So the way you do that is highlight what you want, so like these cells right here, and I'm just going to put a lower border which put the line there. Okay, so that's it for right now. We'll talk about doing the rest in the next video because my videos have to be less than 10 minutes long. Alright, talk to you later.